Hi, thanks for joining me today. If you, like many of us, are a caregiver, you know that it's important to make sure our loved one has a good, nutritious diet while they're healing from a illness, a surgery, or perhaps even going through cancer treatment. The pudding I'm going to show you today is packed with protein, an essential ingredient to help healing take place. We're going to start with tofu, and I know a lot of people go, oh no, I don't want to eat that. But this is silken tofu. We're going to put a whole package into our bowl. And we're just going to start stirring that up, just to break it up. You won't taste this when you're done, and it's kind of a sneaky way to get that extra protein into our diets. This is a great one with kids too. We're going to add a half a cup of milk. If dairy is an issue, you could use soy milk or any one of the nut milks that are available in the dairy section. We'll continue just to blend this until it's mixed thoroughly together and it's in a nice texture. As you can see, it breaks up easily. The silken is a great way to add and substitute for cottage cheese or any yogurts or other pudding textured foods. To that, we're going to add 1 package of instant pudding mix. I'm using chocolate today because I just think chocolate is the best flavor ever. But if you have an individual who perhaps is in cancer treatment and food doesn't taste quite as good as it did previously, you might want a bland flavor, and vanilla works perfectly there. Again, we're just going to blend until the chocolate pudding mix is incorporated into the tofu. I'm using a whisk and doing this by hand. You could do this much more quickly if you were using a blender or a food processor. This has it's looking kind of lumpy here, and that's where the blender or the food processor would make a smoother product. It sets up very quickly. You could stir in some other flavors to this, maybe a couple tablespoons of peanut butter, or you might add some crumbled cookies or just other things that are extra tasty and give it texture. It's set up really quickly. If you'd like your pudding a little thinner, you could add some more milk to this. But it sets up quickly and it's ready to serve. Now you can just plop some into the bowl and it's ready to go. If you want to pre-package this, I like to use small canning jars. I like this little one because the lid is attached to it. Putting my pudding in there, sealing that up, it can sit in the fridge, and then my loved one can have a snack whenever he or she wants one. So we've got our pudding here, and what would pudding be without a little whipped cream? And that's important when you're feeding someone who perhaps has been losing weight, not eating well. Making it taste good, adding those few extra calories can be really helpful. So a shot of whipped cream and it's ready to serve. If your loved one really needs those calories, I use just regular milk, but you could use half and half or incorporate evaporated milk into it. Always check with your dietitian if you're in a medical treatment to make sure those food products are part of the patient's diet. If you'd like information about this recipe or other information from the Senior Services Division, please go to frederickcountymd.gov/senior services.